dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew? It's your boy DJ New Kid, your girl.
Sierra Nicole.
Back on the channel. More paternity court. We got the most cruel cases on paternity court. Shout out to Judge, what's her name, Lauren?
Yeah, that's am I right?
Her chambers. What she said? There you go, Daddy.
There you go, Daddy.
Bro, when you said that, I said, hell no. Hey, man, so with that being said, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go, man. You want to first support, all you have to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
like it with a thumbs up.
and we appreciate it so we can bring back some more of these, man. But, hey, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go. Let's check it out. Let's see what it's about, man.
You say the defendant is a promiscuous liar who broke your heart 4 years ago. You admit to having a one-night stand with her 2 years ago, but are furious. Ms. Bailey is now claiming you fathered her 11-month-old son, which you say is impossible.
The plaintiff, Mr. Dark, brings an action against Miss Bailey. She has proven to be unfaithful. Jessica states Mr. Dark is a loser who must be the father to the infant baby Jameer.
We was in a relationship.
He wasn't no loser when you was giving him that cutty last night.
He just want to say that
He wasn't no loser when she was giving up the cutty.
Yeah,
So it's crazy how people talk so much shit about somebody that they laid down and slept with and gave it up to.
Yeah.
Now, if he was a drunken night, you like, damn, bro, I really gave it up to that fuckboy. It might be, but when you got multiple, you know what I'm saying? Hell, you really didn't think about it when you kept dropping them draws. What GTD stand for? What GTD stand for, Tommy? Got the draws! Shout out to Martin, bro.
Mr. Dark is a loser who must be the father to the infant baby Jameer.
We was in a relationship for about 4 years.
Okay.
Everything was okay. Everything was pretty good when I first met her. We had some good conversations about establishing us a family. And I talked to Miss Bailey about almost every day. I was gone for about 3 or 4 days, you know, telling me how much she loved me, how much she missed me, and vice versa.
Mr. Dark is visibly pained as he recounts the events leading to the discovery of how unfaithful his girlfriend was.
When I left out of the door to go to the store, her best friend came running out of the door to like, hey, Terrence, wait up for a second. I'm gonna go to the store with you. Her friend started to tell me a story. She was like, well, I just want to tell you something. She was like, well, the whole time that you was gone, she was cheating on you.
Her best friend told you that?
A trip to the store turns into a heartbreak when Terrence learned his girlfriend cheated on him while he was away.
Her friend told me, yes, ma'am.
And I only did it because I thought you was cheating on me.
Okay, but.
So you admit you cheated on him?
I did.
Okay, and so your best friend told on you?
Yep.
Miss Bailey, surprisingly, did not deny cheating, but her excuse is not as good as her honesty.
We never stopped dealing with each other along the way. Even though we separated, we still occasionally seen each other every, you know, like 2, 3, maybe every 2 months, 3 months or so.
Seen each other and had sex, or
Yes,
just seen each other and said hello?
Unprotected sex sometimes, yes, ma'am.
You have sex and you didn't use protection?
No.
The couple may have split, but they never stopped having unprotected intercourse on the low. Judge Lauren is shocked by this fact.
If Jameer's birth date is November 13, 2016, then that means the conception window would be February 17th to...
What window is that? Valentine's Day! He brought them flowers, she dropped them draws, they got it all. Bruh, that's what... You know what I'm saying?
You crazy.
But, were you talking to somebody else? Because she said the conception window is this. This is a possibility, not factual. Was anybody else bringing you flowers on Valentine's Day? Did you have a Valentine?
That's a good question.
Because if you had a Valentine, then that baby is mine. For real?
February 24th, 2016.
Right.
Although the couple had regular unprotected intercourse, Terrence is convinced the math doesn't add up.
So what you're saying, Mr. Dark, is this doesn't add up?
No, ma'am, no kind of way.
So with the calculation and the date she's using, Mr. Dark, you're saying this pregnancy would only been 8 months.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
you believe she was already pregnant when you
Yes,
all
ma'am.
were intimate in
She
March.
had to be already pregnant.
The conception calculator shows that Mr. Terrence might be right in his claim.
Even with my doubt, because in the back of my mind, I didn't never want to feel like, okay, he really was my son and I didn't do the things that I was supposed to do as a father. I was there when he was born. The onesies and stuff that he took home,
Okay, so
I
why
bought for
did you
them.
sign the birth
Pampers.
certificate?
Terrence stepped up for the baby.
Because he's trying to be a man. He's trying to own it, but he still has his doubts. Allow him to find out. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least he stepped up.
So
But
he
if
did, he did sign a birth certificate, right?
But that's,
Is that what she said?
Yeah, but that's the fucked up
But
part.
and that's the thing. I just feel like if you ever have like
Doubts never signed it.
doubts personally, just from people, men around.
Like I always
me,
say, I believe
don't sign a birth
everybody
certificate.
should, you know what I'm saying, nowadays, get a paternity test regardless.
Before.
You can't get a paternity test while the baby's still in the womb, right?
Yeah, I've heard people do that. Yeah,
It just costs more.
I don't know the price and stuff.
I'm
So
just saying.
I've heard people do that. But definitely when that baby pop up out of there, go ahead and do what you gotta do. But
I heard you can get it like at the hospital after the conception. That's what I heard. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I heard.
Despite his paternity doubts, he still stayed in Jameer's life.
And the reason why I signed the birth certificate to answer your question is because you told me at the hospital that if I didn't sign it right then I wouldn't have it. He won't have your last name. You won't get to sign it. Did you not say that?
Okay.
Okay.
Jessica seemed to have emotionally
that's what's
blackmailed Terrence into signing the birth certificate.
Yo,
Right. And you've had this same problem previously.
okay, but I made sure that I wasn't gonna do it again. Like, I made sure that you was gonna be the
Miss Jessica is
This situation kind of like some of the last situations. What it is, she probably really want to be with you, but she knows she done fucked that up. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all ain't got that relationship. He was a no good nigga, but you was with him for 4 years.
4 years.
4 years. 4 years. And you want to call me no good? Come on.
A loser.
subject of a shocking revelation. This is not her first rodeo. Jessica can at least get an A+ for consistency.
What else do you know about the paternity situation?
Well, my due date is November 19th. My conception date is February 24th.
Oh,
Terrence's girlfriend comes to testify and claims her conception period collides with Jessica's.
what you're saying is that you have a similar due date
Yes.
as the one that was presented for Jameer, as when Jameer was born.
Okay, well, we two different people.
While this reduces the chances of Terrence being the father, it's still not a surefire way to know.
Because many men don't understand that when they are in that moment, if they have doubt, they cannot sign a birth certificate. And I don't care what type of stress, duress, you can't do that.
Judge Lauren gives the courtroom
One question I gotta get the answer to. Is he both of these baby daddies?
Well, they in court trying to figure out if he's the
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 other
other girl.
woman said she got a baby, you know.
yeah, that's his girlfriend.
But what I'm saying was that his girlfriend at the time.
That
They
I don't
both-
know, but we
You
know
get what
that.
I'm saying?
But he
was
had
he dibbing
sex.
dabbing? Was he dibbing dabbing? He
solid legal advice.
Because at that point, you are putting yourself on the hook as the father of this child. And there is no guarantee that a state will remove your name from that birth certificate.
Never sign a birth certificate until you are sure you are the father.
You have to petition. Even if today it is determined that Jameer is not your biological child, that does not change the fact that you are his legal father.
It won't matter in law if you are tricked or ignorant.
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Dark, you are the father.
I told you that he was yours.
The relief on Jessica's face is a strong emotion.
And I have to say this to you. Yes, Ms. Bailey has made mistakes. Yes, she has had these situations before. But let's be clear, it could not have happened unless you participated too.
The verdict also means that Terrence was unfaithful to his current girlfriend.
So for all the blame we want to just put on her, really, this is both of your doing. And I want you all to take advantage of the counseling and the resources we have for you, because it's important that you begin to talk about these issues.
Judge Lauren chastises the ex-couple to do better for the sake of the child they share. Afghan vet learns his wife cheated during his tour.
You stayed.
What you looking like that for?
Nothing. I
Bro, you
just said
cheating.
that's your answer.
Yeah, you cheating on Like pick one, and then you got ghetto twins.
Yep.
You got ghetto twins. That's bad, bro.
That's crazy, but it happens often.
Hey, that's my brother. Boy, what? His birthday just a week before mine. Y'all got same mom? No. We don't live in the same house. That's gonna be crazy, bruh.
You know somebody?
While you were out of the country serving in the military, your wife paraded around town with other men, and she has admitted to cheating multiple times. You claim you are not sure if you are the father of her third child, 18-month-old Liliana.
This case has Matthew Trickeld, a military vet, claims he's a serial cheater. Consequently, he declares that Miss Trickeld's daughter is not his child.
You say you began exotic dancing to make extra money.
Yes,
because Mr. Threlkeld's military salary was inadequate to live on, and that led to a few indiscretions.
Brittany Trickeld, on the other hand, claims she had no choice but to start stripping to make ends meet.
You argue that Mr. Threlkeld treats your daughter, Liliana, differently than your other children, and are hoping today's DNA results will settle the matter once and for all.
But still believes that Matthew is the father to her child in dispute.
Now, Mr. Threlkeld, when did you first discover that your wife had been unfaithful?
Actually, ma'am, I was overseas in Afghanistan, and I was at up in the Northeast, and a soldier of mine came up to me and tapped me on the boot and said, "Hey, I need to go outside. We need to talk right now."
Matthew had to survive an attack with the knowledge that his wife had become a stripper.
His wife and my wife were friends, and she had found out that she was actually stripping as we spoke. And at the time, I found out about it. I thought, it was all just a hoax. So I went, calmly to the internet lounge, got on Facebook and asked her, "Hey, is it true you're doing what I told you I didn't want you doing at all?"
He could not believe what his wife did while he was out fighting.
They make good money in the military, especially when they're deployed.
That was just an excuse for her to be out here doing what she wanted to do.
Slip bucket.
But yeah.
Just want to take it all off. And know, do y'all military base? Now I gotta go home. All these other military men that see my wife naked. I'm the laughing stock of the military. Yeah, you see, she got some big old titties. That's fucked up. You know what I'm saying, though? You like, bro, I think I'm coming home to a godly woman. She been taking care of the home. Not a godly woman. Lo and behold, she a Jezebel.
Child.
For his country.
And right after I left there, our base actually got attacked, and they actually turned off the internet for 3 weeks. So I was in the dark for 3 weeks. And then another 2 weeks after those 3 weeks went by, I got transferred to Bagram. And while I was at Bagram, I finally was able to get back online. And I get on Facebook, and there's some clown on there saying, liking all her skimpy photos.
The veteran makes a shocking discovery. There was a random guy always on his wife's case.
So then I started doing a little bit of research, wondering, who this guy is. So I went to the phones and I called her and I said, "Hey, I know you're stripping. That I could somewhat deal with. Tell me about this guy that's going on." And she says, "Oh, it's nothing. It's just a friend, etc."
She, of course, denied any involvement with the man, but that just made it more suspicious.
He hacked my Facebook. He invaded my privacy, and he looked into my stuff, into my messages.
Ain't this your husband, though?
Yes, it's her husband.
So, it don't fucking matter, bro. You still was out here thotting.
What don't matter? Talking about the part where she was like...
Like, he... Cool when they do it. Problem when I do it.
That's how we found out.
What did he find?
There were messages, yes.
Matthew is not ashamed to admit that he had to resort to extreme measures to get the truth.
But
actually, ma'am, see, she's gonna. No. That's already a lie. I got on there, and on the inbox, I see. "Oh, baby, I can't wait to see you later on tonight. I had a great time with you. I can't wait to see, the last few days we spent together. It's been amazing."
These are the messages
yes, ma'am.
Seeing.
However, Judge Lauren is more interested in what he found than how he found it.
She says
there was reasons why I needed to.
Yeah, see, she says she needed the funds to support our family. Overseas, I was making $4,000 to $5,000 tax-free a month, living in a $400
it wasn't even that much
room.
I'm guessing Matthew did not marry Brittany for her money management skill.
Hold on, he said living in a $400 room. You had her in the hotel? You ain't heard?
I heard what he said. I just don't understand what he said, but I heard what he said.
You got her in the house. Got her in a room.
But we don't know, like, what he meant or what he talking about. You ain't got to tell me.
It wasn't even that much.
I'm guessing Matthew did not marry Brittany for her money management skills.
Okay, Your Honor, there are expenses when you have kids. The money that was coming in, let's just be real, it wasn't enough to support the kids. And on top of that...
Wasn't enough to support the kids how? Because I'm going to keep it real, $5,000 a month.
I had to
tax-free.
Judge Lauren is once again shocked when Brittany admits she only had to resort to stripping because what her husband sent was not enough.
He's finding on your Facebook and these indiscretions you're telling him about. This really shouldn't be an issue because in your mind, you thought your marriage was over.
Stuff as it may be.
Yes.
Because you all had an argument about you stripping and you hung up.
Judge Lauren tries to understand why she would choose stripping.
But that ain't the reason why you started stripping. That's the reason why she asking you is what's the reason you stripping? You could have just went out here and got a fast food job or something if you felt like
it wasn't
go
enough
get you a
money.
hotel. Go get a. You could have went to. I ain't gonna say a fast food.
There was other options instead of going to taking your clothes off. A plethora of anything. 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 Seriously.
She just wanted to bust it
But
wide
anyway,
open for $1.
Argument about you stripping and you hung up.
Judge Lauren tries to understand why she would choose stripping over other jobs.
We hung up and we said it was done because I wanted to do what I wanted to do.
Ma'am.
Let me explain.
Okay, now we're getting to the
Okay,
truth.
right.
You wanted to do what you wanted to do.
Exactly.
She does not give any convincing reasons.
And as I was looking through it, there was a number that she'd called like 13 times. So I called him right back. And he answers the phone, hey, I said, who is this? Are you the one that's my wife? He said, yes, I've been. And
Matthew clears any doubt he had about his wife's unfaithfulness when he calls a number on his wife's phone that confirms his suspicions.
while we're here for paternity court, within 3 weeks of us being home, she was pregnant. So, I don't know if it was my devious, messed up head that got her pregnant or the dude. So, that's the reason 100% why we're here.
Matthew eventually came up with a plan to keep his wife in check. His whole reason for coming to paternity court is to find out if his plan worked.
Now, Mr. Thruckle, you asked your wife to take a lie detector test at some point, am I correct?
Yes, ma'am. Before she came back, I said, look, obviously the path we're going down right now isn't a good one. So I think for my insecurities, I'd like you to take a lie detector test. And she kept saying, oh, yeah, that's fine. I'll do it. No big deal.
Why do
but
we
when
need
it comes
a lie
when it comes
detector
closer
test?
to actually doing it, just get nervous.
We don't need a lie detector test. We just need communication. There's no
She
reason.
tells me
Matthew has had it with the lies and requests a lie detector test. The couple doesn't need it when the wife confesses to not just one, but multiple affairs with other men.
In the case of Thruckle versus Thruckle pertaining to 1-year-old Liliana, Mr. Thruckle, you are Liliana's father.
Matthew turns out to be the father of the child. Brittany is understandably more relieved than Matthew about the outcome of the suit. It's always nice to have that child support money.
February 2011 to be exact when I found out. There's not been a day that's gone by that I haven't let her not relive the mistakes she made, period.
I appreciate your honesty. You were owning up to the fact that you would not let the mistake go.
It's like we're stuck with each other.
Matthew and Brittany still somehow emerge with their marriage. They have come to the jolly conclusion that they are stuck with each other. The reconciliation is beautiful to see.
The first is to prove that he fathered your
You gotta say stuck with each other, man. Well, for the next 17 years, because the baby already won. But for the next 17 years until then, after that, bitch. Bitch, go back to that pole. Ain't no more. It's all stacking and dropping low. I'm telling you, man, bitch, go back to the pole.
Well, that's between them if they decide,
But I ain't gonna lie, she said 5,000 tax free ain't enough.
Make it enough.
Make it enough. Like, bro, you could have just went and got a simple job and got you at least additional 2,000. You know what I'm saying? You didn't need that much. Go get you a little simple part-time job where, cause what are you not doing with the money if, military, I think military bases, if you get I heard, I don't know 100% true. We didn't go through it with My stepdad was stationed overseas, but I heard the homes on the bases be a little cheap. I heard. I'm not 100% sure, but the mortgage ain't number $400. Or I mean, not mortgage. Rent ain't number $400.
Yeah.
Shorty, what are you doing? What are you doing? Even if he only seen you half of it, what are you doing? That's enough to put food on the table, put some clothes on the back. Half of it $2,500. That's still $2,100 for the rest of the month. You spend what $700 on grocery for the kids. The rest of it, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can for entertainment and stuff.
Definitely.
Most of the time, you're gonna get a discount, especially with him being stationed overseas. You get all type of benefits then, because trust me, we got hella benefit discounts everywhere, babe. Baby, my mama eating up the discounts when he was stationed overseas. I'm like, shit, I go to the Y for free? Because hell yeah, I'm in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? But you get a lot of benefits when you stationed, but it's greedy.
Year-old son Antoine Jeter, and the second is to prove he fathered your 2-year-old son Kingston Jeter.
This case escalates quickly.
You testify that you may not have been a faithful wife, but you were a careful one, and you are positive he is the father of both children.
Off the bat, Miss Fain admits to cheating on her husband, and she also claims she was careful about her cheating.
Mr. Jeter, you are 100% certain you did not father either of her sons. You say your wife is sneaky and is pinning these babies on you only because you are still legally married.
Mr. Jeter claims she is using their marriage as a good excuse to pin him as the father of both infant kids. Ms. Fain's admission of guilt makes it hard not to see Mr. Jeter's point.
And it said her sister, and I know her sister's numbers and had a different number, so I answered the phone.
See,
Yo, this man so.
see, Memphis, man.
Sister. And I know her sister's numbers and had a different number, so I answered the phone. And the guy, whoever it was, they didn't say anything. They got quiet, so I politely handed her the phone. And she's always very honest when she gets caught.
Miss Fain should at least be commended for her honesty. She showed up to her cheating ways easily enough.
So, Miss Fain, you were cheating on your husband?
Yes, I was.
Why?
Pretty much, I got married early, and I just wasn't interested in Drew anymore, so I started cheating.
Miss Fain's reason for cheating seems to be that she thinks she missed out on many youthful adventures.
All right, this was the second time. And, the first time is very eerily similar to the second. I answered the phone and, the same thing. I took her the phone and...
Mr. Jeter's woes did not end with his wife's first unfaithful act.
She told the truth about it. We had our, argument or whatever you want to call it. Then, she told the truth. And, we worked past it.
So you work past it?
Yes, ma'am.
And then this happens again. The phone rings and then it's the silence.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
The separation was probably for the best. His wife showed no signs of slowing down her promiscuity.
I don't want to take care of nobody else's child. I'm sorry, I don't.
We was having sex, unprotected.
Unprotected, but you also had the affair during that time too, right?
Yes, protected. I was protected.
Miss Fain displays impressive dexterity in men by handling at least 2 at the same time.
So how many different affairs did you have?
2.
2 of them. And during the window of conception?
It was around that time.
Did you tell the other men you were pregnant?
No.
However, she does not prove efficient at informing a potential parent about a potential child.
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Jeter, you are not the father.
Mr. Jeter has the most "I told you so" reaction you will see on paternity court.
Miss Fain, do you know who Kingston's biological father is?
Yes, Your Honor. It's the other guy.
Has he ever met his father?
Yes, Your Honor. He denied him also.
It also seems like Mrs. Fain will have to pay a return visit to the paternity court due to the unresolved paternity issues. Once a cheater, always a cheater.
She low down as hell.
That's sad, man.
Do you know who the... Yeah, I know who the daddy is. How he ever met the child? Yeah, he met...
if you messing around, you done had him.
Man, that's fucked up, though.
And if you still messing around with him...
No, I'm saying, but you...
But dang, girl. Like, you're married. Like, child, let me just mind my business. I'm just gonna mind my business.
You gonna speak on it? Oh yeah, but they
yeah, I see you being nosy. As always. So go ahead.
You would did the same thing. Quick.
Yeah, afterwards.
Mr. Jameson, you've petitioned the court for a DNA test because you say you made a mistake signing one of the birth certificates and need today's paternity result to get your name off of it.
Mr. Jameson has positioned a DNA test to clear his name and free him for the mistake he made.
Miss Smith, you are positive the plaintiff is the biological father of your two sons and hope today's results will save your family.
Miss Smith is out to save her family. She hopes her paternity results will help her do that.
How'd you find that out?
Because I went through her phone and I see she texting her ex and she's talking about, oh, I don't love him. He's just someone that's around.
And so you confront her?
I confronted her about it.
What happened?
She kept denying it because she didn't know. She didn't know I went through the phone.
Mr. Jameson, after some investigation, found out his girlfriend cheated on him with 2 other guys.
This is the same ex, yeah.
So, Miss Smith, you got caught now, and what happened?
We argued about it, then he would go, he would leave, and then eventually he'll come right back.
She offered no reason for her cheating habits. In fact, it almost feels like she blames her boyfriend.
There's another guy.
A third guy?
Yeah, there's a third guy.
Who told you this?
I found it in the phone. The phone. The
Ooh,
phone
you
tells
can't stay
me.
out that phone,
Nah, I
can
couldn't.
you? So you found it.
Right.
He sound like he from New York. I heard his toxic up there, bruh. Bruh, I ain't gonna hold you. The biggest thing you gonna learn from today's paternity court reaction is do not sign that damn birth certificate. Y'all gotta stop, bruh. Especially when you like, you would cheat. Yeah.
Especially if you know they was cheating or have cheated or you just got any type of doubt.
Don't sign it.
Don't sign it.
Don't sign it. Just say we gonna sign it, but we just gonna make sure.
And don't let nobody make you feel bad for not signing it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
That's trifling though, and he ain't gonna have your name if you don't go ahead and sign it. He ain't gonna never have like shorty. Come on now. Folks trifling though.
You don't seem to be denying this, so now that makes me more concerned that what he's saying is true.
Mr. Jameson teaches us one thing in this paternity suit. The phone will tell you all you need to know, but the question is, do you want to know?
I understand. We both did dirt. Me and Benjamin, we both have done dirt to each other. We have, but then we end up right back with each other.
It's not about that.
So it's like what I'm saying to you is you look over and I mean you are so emphatic when you say you know these kids are yours. You know it. You know.
Miss Smith's views on relationships are not straight, going by how she treats her boyfriend. Astonishingly, she is insensitive to the pain she has caused her boyfriend.
Are the father. You are the father. The next result is for Michael. Has been determined by this court. Mr. Jameson, you are the father.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm relieved. I'm happy.
Mr. Jameson turns out to be the father of both children. You can see how much it means for him to finally be sure.
What do you feel, Miss Smith?
Because I'm tired of just going through so much with you. I'm serious, yo. We got 2 kids together. Like for real.
Miss Smith has some nerve to question his doing even after the results.
All the mistakes.
I just wish he would just act right and just try to do, for the sake of them 2. That's all I'm saying. For the sake of them 2.
The results seem to have calmed any comeback that he might have for his girlfriend.
We've gotten ourselves to this point. We've gotten the truth. But I like that moment when you just said, I'm just tired, and just had to have yourself a cry. Because it's okay to let it out. It has been obvious through this proceeding that she's done her damage and has contributed to this.
Judge Lauren recognizes the damage done in this relationship, mostly caused by the girlfriend, but she reminds the whole reason why they're in court is to find a way forward for themselves and their kids.
Bro, it's the blaming for me.
Well, you up for doing it?
Because I'll say this.
I'm like, see, when it comes to like the blame game,
you would never be in court for a paternity test if the woman doesn't cheat. That's the thing people also got to realize. It's never good to say you cheated, so I cheated too. Then here we got.
That's never a good thing.
But
don't do that.
But we end up having a child. Now we have suspicions of the curiosity of who the father is. But you can't do I cheated because and I'm tired. Well, if we both
tired. That's
no, that's not what I'm saying.
Well, you was short. You cut it off, so I don't know.
You ready to interrupt?
Y'all
see how women be though?
Women
be ready to jump.
No, I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
What I'm saying is, just because you feel as though he's cheating, doesn't mean you have to cheat too. Just leave the relationship.
Leave.
You say you tired, because honestly, you feel embarrassed to have to be on this TV show to find out who the child of the. He has all rights to have suspicions of being the father when you are
out here cheating.
Because I'll say this for one. The male he ain't gonna get pregnant. He might get another woman pregnant, but he's not gonna get pregnant. We're talking about. Come on, that's all I'm saying.
Well, leave on both ends.
On both ends.
If you tired of him, don't want to be with him, or y'all got issues or whatever, leave. And if you know she cheating on you, you have the right to leave too. Yeah. Cheating is never okay. No one said. I don't know.
Y'all see how women be ready to pop off.
I ain't popping off.
You gonna pull out some leaf? I see.
Really. But no, for real though, cheating is never okay. If you feel the need to have to cheat on somebody, just leave.
Facts.
It's never that serious. I promise. Just leave.
Facts. All facts. Hey man, with that being said, y'all spam us up. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. But as always, I do go by the name DJ Kid. This is
We are.
We are.
Go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar.